Hey folks, Wish SE up here in New Hampshire. Doing a video today at the request of a subscriber who wanted to know some things he could work on being a new shooter and really learning the gun and getting the fundamentals of grip, stance, trigger control, trigger prep, just to really start. So I've got a great guy here who's going to help me do this demonstration. What you'll be noticing and what we'll be focusing on are those components. So grip, stance, trigger, and of course getting a good sight alignment. So what I'm going to work with and what give you guys a perspective on is what you need to do. So we're going to start by doing some of this dry, and this is what I'd recommend if you're going out on the range for the first time, is doing this dry. So we're going to use unloaded guns. We're just going to work on trigger press and trigger prep. If you like this video or any of the videos that we do, click the thumbs up icon, share the channel with friends and family, invite them to subscribe. Let's get to it. I'm going to walk you through, and AW is going to show you what this looks like. So the first thing that he's going to do as he presents the gun is he's going to get a firing grip on the gun. And what that means is he's going to get this kind of grip where the holster or the hand is really driving down into the gun. He's got a grip that is nice and solid, and it's not leaving the holster until it's nice and solid. When he brings the gun together, you're going to note his left hand, his thumb, is facing toward the target and wrapped around the other one. So, AW, go ahead and present the gun. So, as you'll notice here, what he's got is he's got this thumbs forward grip. And go ahead and bring it to eye level, to point. So you can see that he's got this really aggressive grip forward, and you can also see that both thumbs are forward. You can note that the arms are relatively locked out. AW is a big guy. He's got some serious strength. So good solid platform. Now, as he begins to work the trigger, and I'm going to have you go ahead and press the trigger. He's going to press the trigger slowly back until it breaks. That's what we want to do. The other point I want to make is we're only 3 yards from our target. So if you're brand new to shooting, start at a relatively close distance because we're going to work on groups. All right, so here's where it really helps to have a training buddy. Go ahead and let your finger off the trigger, finger straight. So I can actually manipulate the gun. He's going to point in like he's actually firing. He's going to bring his sight up to the point of his eye level. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to work his slide back. He's going to press the trigger slowly. He's going to keep his finger back against the sight, and he's going to let the trigger slowly come out till it resets. You heard that click. He's going to press it again. Okay? And now again. So what you see each time that he does this, go ahead and press. The gun is not moving. That's the key. Sights are lying, gun's not moving. Go ahead and finger straight. So when AW is bringing this back in, what he's going to do is he's going to basically break his arms. He's going to bring it straight back and into the holster. His thumb is also against the back of the gun, and the reason for that is to make sure the gun is still in battery. So he's presented the gun, he's coming back, straight back into holster. If you're not using a holster, fine, no problem. You can set it on a bench, keep it down at a ready, whatever you want. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to do some firing drills. We're just going to work on nice precision shooting in our 2-inch circle here, give you a perspective on that. What you want to do is really work this grip and stance. AW is a big guy, so fortunately the 9mm really doesn't rock in his hands very much, but because of his forward stance and grip, he's able to really mitigate that. Secondly, if he goes to a 40, 45, 357 SIG, a bigger caliber, that aggressive thumbs forward grip is going to make a huge difference on his ability to control the muzzle flip in fast firing springs. All right, finger straight and holster. Go
Go ahead and holster.
Oh, folks, what we saw there is AW's really working that reset, and you saw the trigger's only coming out as far as he needs to reset the trigger. So what we have here is we have a nice solid group of about a couple of inches, and that's what we're working for. We're always working on trying to get a nice tight group as we're initially working our skills, our basic skills of grip, stance, sight alignment, trigger press, and trigger prep. As AW is working that trigger back and he lets it out, that trigger reset is what I call trigger prep. Prepping the trigger before the next shot allows you to shoot faster, more accurately, and know where that trigger is going to break. So, in summary, the main things that you're working on as a new shooter is that grip. Remember, thumbs forward, right? Thumb and trigger finger basically equidistance apart. And the way that I recommend, how do you get that grip? Well, along this side of the pistol, you're filling in with your left hand right along here. And that is what's going to allow you to get that grip. Then the second thing is the trigger. You got your sights aligned, you're focused on the front sight, you're pressing your trigger straight back along the axis of the bore. I recommend using the pad of the finger, right? Unless you're using a revolver, so really that pad of the finger. Pressing that straight back slowly, not rushing it, slowly. Wait till the trigger breaks, then reset the trigger. I'm going to show you a couple pictures of what the grip really should look like, and give you a sense of how you get that grip. So we're going to do that right now. AW right now has a firing grip on the gun. Nice, good, solid grip. To get this left hand here, what he's going to do is in this space right along here, right in this area here, he's going to fill in with this part of his hand and thumb. His thumbs are then going to be forward. If we rotate, you'll note the thumb and the index finger are equidistant, really about the same distance apart. Thumbs are forward, left thumb forward, right thumb on top of it. And then as you see, you've got a really stable grip there. 60, 70, 80% of the squeeze on the hand is coming from the left hand, allowing the right hand to work the trigger press. So really that's what it looks like. And if you can work on getting that grip before you do anything else, then it's sight picture, sight alignment, trigger press, and trigger reset. That's what you got to do. So folks, that kind of gives you some summary of what you've got to do when you're first learning to run a pistol. Start up close, work on your grip, stance, body slightly forward, thumbs pointing toward the target, trigger press straight back along the axis of the bore, trigger reset, letting out only enough for the trigger to feel that click or hear that click. You really notice that with the Glocks or 1911. And then focus on just seeing that front sight. I like to start people with small targets, 2-inch targets at 3 yards. And then we work our way back. Pistoltraining.com, Todd Green's website, is a great place for information about doing that. If you get a chance to study with Todd, you should. He's an outstanding instructor. But you can print off a lot of these targets that we have up here, and I've been working with AW with today. Hopefully that helps. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay safe.